it was a very interesting weekend. Because the thing is, I was hoping that both the Orange football team and the Bills football team wouldn't go 0 for November. Well, I was wrong about the Orange, because it seems as though the last 4 years, the Orange just seemed to implode in November. And of course, that's what the defense did this year. I went there in person on Saturday to watch them play Boston College. Hopefully end another year, which may have been with a lot of hope after the win over Clemson. But the defense decided to do what it usually does in November, implode. And it ruined a great thing because several local bands were there, including Minders and Waterloo. And it included Maddie Cosentino, a personal friend of mine. And also, her mom and dad have been friends of mine for a long time. Maddie was there as part of the band. But the thing is, their great performance along with the Waterloo band was one of the only highlights. What is wrong with the Orange in November? But I will say, even though it was a 42-14 thumping by Boston College, I do think there was improvement this year. Yeah, same record as the last 2 years, 4-8. But you saw in a lot of ways Dino Babers did have them playing better. And of course, he's still working with a lot of Schaefer's recruits. I do think they're on an upward trend. And hopefully next year it will continue. And I was hoping that Buffalo wouldn't go 0 for November. God, what a pathetic last 3 games by the Bills defense, as they had more holes in them than a pair of young ladies' pants, which should be only worn on Sunday, because they're holy. Well, you know what? Buffalo's defense turned in a pretty good game, even if the offense didn't exactly carry its weight with Tyrod Taylor back as the quarterback. Yeah, he did his usual, conservative self. Taylor, sometimes, you could take shots downfield. That's one of the hallmarks of a football game, throwing a bomb, especially after you make a nice play or whatever. Because you know what? People like to see the bomb, the attack, the go for the jugular. But hey, a conservative play game worked. Because, the Chiefs looked like gangbusters. Chiefs looked like they could have unseated New England. But now they're in a death spiral. And a lot of people are wondering when Patrick Mahomes is going to start at quarterback instead of old standby Alex Smith. Well, whatever. My teams didn't go 0 for November, thankfully. That's what I have to say about this past weekend. Last Thursday was our holiday to give thanks, and I give thanks that I didn't go 0 for November. Sadly, Syracuse's season's over, but the fun's beginning for the Bills. Yeah, we play New England and Miami twice in the last 5 weeks, starting with this weekend. And it's time to give Pretty Boy Brady my usual thing. That's what I want to do. That's the way I want to greet Tom Brady. He's been in the league long enough. He's had his way long enough. It's time for the Bills to show him the door on the way out of New Era Field, if you know what I mean. But I'm going to go from the football to the basketball. Nice week by the Orange. First, the win over Toledo. And then the very impressive win last night in the ACC Big Ten Challenge against a tough and scrappy Maryland team, who I think is top 25 caliber. And even with the performance by a guy that the Orange recruited, hitting those 3-pointers, the Orange with a big win, especially with Tyus Battle, who looked like he suffered a scary injury to his back against Toledo, coming back with a scrappy performance against Maryland. And the fun's just beginning for the Orange basketball team. Because guess what? Saturday, It's down in Miami. We take on Bill Self and the Kansas Jayhawks. This will definitely be a test for this young Syracuse team. Yes, Tyus Battle is the leader. Pascal Chukwu doing a good job. But he showed last night he's got a long way to hit those free throws. Plus also Frank Howard and O'Shea Brissett starting to come into their own, especially Brissett. Well, what a great game, great win last night. But against Kansas, it's time to put it all together. And while I'm on the subject of the Orange, my respects to the family of Walter Reyes. Losing him at 36 was too young, but he was fun while it lasted there for the Orange. My respects to his family. And speaking of basketball, the local high school season is starting up this weekend. Actually, it starts this week, because both Miners and Waterloo are kicking into gear to start their seasons, especially this weekend, with Waterloo hosting their tournament to benefit their Hall of Fame. 8 teams are going to converge, all with Waterloo ties, and hopefully it'll be a great show. And for Minders, I'm hoping it'll be a great show again, led by Quentin Battle, Hunter Houst, and Kellen Carahair. But there's one thing I have to say about Hunter's mother. When you take a selfie, smile. Don't look so glum. And also Quentin Battle's father, Willie. Yeah, we know you're supportive, but have a little respect for other players, will you? That's all I have to say for that. But I have got a couple more things to say before I sign off. First, everybody's so overjoyed about Prince Harry getting engaged to Meghan Markle. Everybody's all joy, Oh, hey, he deserves it. Oh, she's sweet, everything, Big deal. It's been a long time coming. I'm hoping that he can have someone that can make him happy. And also, he's stepping into a big role. He's got a big role to do. He's already done wonderful things with his Invictus games. And I feel he's a great young man. He's filling his role pretty good. But do we have to have all this media hubbub over his engagement? Yeah, his engagement's a long time coming. Yeah, she'll be the first American princess since Grace Kelly. But do we need all the media hubbub? I don't think so. Only thing I'm going to say is, I'm happy for you, Prince Harry. Do a good job, Meghan Markle. You'll be a wonderful princess. You already are a trendsetter. Keep on doing it. But please, media, calm it down. And last but not least, I'm going to say a few words about Tennessee. Great way to knee-jerk to just about 100 fans, when thousands, I think, would have loved Craig Schiano as your new coach. He did a pretty good job coaching Rutgers, even if his foray into the pros didn't last too long. Plus, he's doing a good role assisting Urban Meyer there for Ohio State. But way to knee-jerk to just 100 fans who are protesting that the fact that he was associated with Penn State during the whole thing with Jerry Sandusky. Apparently, it seemed as though he tried to report some violations, but a lot of people are saying, hey, he was at Penn State when the whole thing went down, and you know what? They say he covered up rape. Get your facts straight. And the thing is, Tennessee, way to cave in to just about 100 protesters when you got millions who probably want Craig Schiano to be your coach. Way to cave in. Good luck finding a new coach. You haven't done diddly squat since Spalmer was the coach. You know what? And you aren't going to do diddly squat for a while. That's all I have to say this week. I'm Ken Haas, and get ready for Christmas, guys.